action, not just a simple welcome back, right? And Princess Kay made this song up all by herself, didn't you? I did, yes. So are you ready, everybody? You are our shining stars. Don't you go away. Oh, yeah. Oh. We're gonna be right here on YouTube every Saturday. Oh, yeah. That was really pretty. What do you think, boys and girls? Did you like that? I like that. So that's going to be our new intro song and even our out song because you are our shining stars. And do you want to tell them the good news? Yes, everybody. I've been practicing my workshop and I'm getting a new dog. And I have to go over everything I learned. So Dog Whisperette said, when I do, I got a new dog. And so we had our workshops all week. I hope you did too. Yes, boys and girls, I hope you practiced your breathing exercises because it's really helped Princess Kay, especially at school. You want to tell them what happened at school with the little girl that called you ugly? Yes. Well, so what I did, I went and I said, I shine our light right on you. Darkness, go. Go, 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 go. And then I started dancing. I said, go, 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 go. Light, go, 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 go. You did. I did. See, I learned if you change the frequency, you change the vibration, you change the energy, you change the outcome because it was an expected outcome. It was an unexpected outcome. That's what I say. We are so conditioned to act one way. And what did you learn about the fight and flight? Well, I did learn because I did. That's what I did. Fight and flight is our body's response to fear. Yes, I know, right? So I'm telling this. Would you just kind of hush a little bit? Okay, so you tell this. Well, so after I did that, I thought about, when I did run away last time, I just soaked up an energy that it just was eating at me, and it was like unresolved energy because I ran away, and then people thought I was afraid, and then they looked at me like I was weak. Yep. And so then I thought, well, what if I fought? And then I thought about that. I thought, how's that going to affect my energy? Because then I look at my bracelet. W-W-N-E. Why waste my energy? Why waste me? And so I thought, well, if I fight. So if you fight, yes, if I fight, then I'm going to physically carry that energy and I'm going to mentally carry that energy with me. So either way, the fight and flight should be don't fight or flight, stop and change. Stop and change? Yeah, stop and change the vibration. Stop and change the energy. Stop and change the conditioned belief of the outcome. What do you mean? Like when we go to the store or somewhere and somebody says, how was your day? And you say, oh, it was okay. Or, how are you? Oh, okay. You see, that's a conditioned response. And so we don't change nothing. We don't change the energy, the vibration, or the frequency. But if somebody says, how was your day? And you stop and you say, well, it wasn't so good. Or you say, it was a wonderful day in the neighborhood. You just changed that conditioned response. You have learned so much in these workshops. Yes, I know, right? And I took it to heart because I really need these workshops because I really need to learn how to be leader of the mind. So I can become leader of the pack. That's so true. And so you're getting a new dog today. I'm getting a new dog, boys and girls. See what work and learning leads to? It leads to rewards. That is correct. So are you ready to meet your new dog? I am. Are you ready, boys and girls? Are you ready to meet him? So let's welcome Billy. Oh, look, boys and girls, it's Billy. Oh, Billy, I promise. I want to talk to you all about everything. And I learned that I have to have a con around you because you mimic my behavior. That's wonderful, Princess Kay. They do mimic your behavior. And so when I have a bad day, Billy's going to have a bad day. That's correct. And so when I have a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. That's why we all have to understand. It just takes one frequency or vibration set off, like one bad word said, or one thing happens that sets off that frequency and that energy. It changes it for the whole environment around you. And your four-legged friend really feels it because they can feel energy more than we can. They understand us a whole lot more. They study everything about us because we are their whole world. So our behavior leads to their behaviors. Oh, yeah. Well, that does make sense. So why Scruffy left? Yes, ma'am. That's why Scruffy left. Because your mind just wasn't ready. You wasn't ready to be a leader because you still had some insecurities. And Scruffy had insecurities. And so, it just wasn't a good match. But that's why we had exercises. And Scruffy had his exercises. He's doing his. And I want to call it inner work. Yeah, I like that. We're going to do inner work. So he's learning to be the leader of his mind, to become leader of the pack. And so that's what these bracelets are about. So it's, when you're having a bad day or when a situation arises, look at your bracelet, WWME. Why waste my energy? Why waste me? And that's what this is all about. It's teaching you what is energy, what is frequency, and what is vibrations. And why is it so important that we become calm and confident and when needed assertive? And we learn that anger and disappointment and our past is a part of us that we have to learn to love and learn to accept and learn to redirect. Because I say, when we correct to redirect. Correction is redirection. Oh, because that WWME, if we redirect, it saves our energy as well. And so, and I want to talk more about the school, about what happened at school, because that was really fascinating that you knew that you just changed that frequency and you changed that conditioned response. And then you got a different outcome as well, didn't you? So what did the little girl do after you started dancing? Well, she just kind of looked real funny at me and she shook her head and she just walked away. You know what? Why? Because there was so many kids dancing with me. I horned the village. You did? I did. But I also formed enemies. Well, yeah, you're going to form enemies because you are who you are. And some people's not going to like that. But you are forming a pack. You're forming your pack. And only the calm and confident pack members will be invited, right? Yeah, well, that does make sense. So you're saying you attract who you are. You attract what you act like. So if I'm running and I'm jumping, then Lily's going to be grinding and jumping. Is that true? That's true. And do you know what we learned in the workshop? Do you want to go back over that? I do, yes. Oh, well, first, Billy, do you want to say hello? Can you say hello? Hi, Billy. Can I say hello to Billy? Hi, Billy. Oh, I love you already. I love you. Well, I know you needed a best friend because we all need a best friend when it's the right time. We try to bring in best friends when our mind's not ready, when our energy is not ready. And so what do we produce? We produce a product of what we are. So when we bring them in, they feel our insecurities and they feel our condition, our habits, our bad habits. So they start soaking that up because, like I said, they watch everything about you. And they also are there to love you. They're there to be your best friend. And they're there to guide you. But they have to live in a calm mind as well. So it's not just a workshop for you. It's a workshop for you and Billy. Because, you got to respect each other. Respect works both ways. So if you're jumping on Billy or you're hitting Billy, Billy's going to respond back in the same way that you're responding to him. And that's what we're learning in the workshops. We're learning how to be the leader of the mind before we can become the leader of the pack. And it's all in keeping a calm mind, redirecting conditioned behaviors, redirecting stagnant energy, moving it out. Let's move that energy out. And that's what the breathing exercises do. And so since this is our last breathing workshop, next workshop's going to be anger. We're going to learn how to deal with anger because you still have some anger. Yes, I do. And I'm still sad. I still miss mom and dad. And I'm just really, I'm learning new rules. I'm learning new boundaries. And I'm learning it's a new school. It's all a new for me. But I see it's all helping me become that leader of my mind's going to help me in every way to become calm and confident. That is correct. So since we just got Billy, do you want to remember the 3 rules? Do you remember? That was in our very first workshop when you first got Scruffy. Oh, yeah. Do you remember, kids? Do you remember the rule of 3 when you bring a dog home? 3 days? For them to like you? 3 weeks? For them to learn the rules and boundaries? And 3 months? For them to feel like they're family. So why is it taking me longer? Well, honey, because humans don't progress as much as dogs. Oh, okay. And he's going to help you. He's going to help you progress because he's going to help you be that leader of the pack. He's going to help you be all you can be. And we're going to start by affirmations. Every morning, kids, I want you to get up and I want you to say an affirmation. Are you ready for your affirmation? This morning, before I go out the door, I'm going to say my affirmations. I am loved. I am worthy of love. And I am beautiful. I am love. I am worthy of love. And I am beautiful. Because I'm planting a seed. And we got to water that seed every day. And so when we say that every day, every morning when we get up, say it 3 times. I am love. I am worthy of love. I am beautiful. You are. You are worthy of love. And so is Billy. And that's why we are doing the workshops. So we're going to go over our last workshop. This is the last breath workshop, and it's really just a recap. Okay, can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, ma'am, you can. So here goes. Deep breaths calm the mind. I'm going to say it so they can hear it plainer. Deep breaths calm the mind. And calm breaths calm the body. And gentle calm breaths calm the body. That's good. So that's what we're learning. And remember how we do the breath work. I do, yes. Remember, we breathe in and hold her horror. And then we blow down the door. That's it. So are you ready to do it? All right, kids, are you ready? We breathe in and we hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we blow it out and we blow down that door. And we can hit at that door and we can kick at that door. While we're releasing energy in a healthy way. So we don't release it on our loved ones. What I say, check your energy before you come in. So you be wary of what you share with your best friend. Oh, be wary of your energy when you come in. Be wary of what you share with your best friend. That's right. So before we even come through that door, what are we going to do? We're going to take a deep breath. Hold it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to blow it out the door. Because why? Because the energy you bring in, you sharing it with your best friend. That's correct. And what I was saying, they watch everything about you. And that's just like the children at school. They watch everything about you. So when we walk with shoulders up and head back, I want you to do it, kids. Head up, shoulders back. Do you feel that switch? So does the environment around you, especially your 4-legged companion. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a calm and confident leader. And so are the children at school. When you walk in confident, that's what they're going to see. That's what you're going to attract. That's the friends you're going to attract. It's the confident friends. That's what your dog's going to become. But he's going to become a calm, confident follower. A calm, confident leader? Yes, ma'am. And what's the first thing we do before we even bring our dog home? We do our breath work. And then we sit quietly when he comes home. And we let him come to us. Yep, that's it. And then what do? We calm our mind. We do not run. We do not jump. Because he's going to do the same. And then we're going to get mad. And then we're going to be crying and screaming and crying. And then the whole family's going to be screaming and crying. And you know what's going to happen? That's when the frequency goes off kilter. Imagine it's a ziggly line. And it's all going just really, imagine a straight line. That's when everything is calm. But when something happens, say that when you came home, remember when the little girl called you not pretty? Yes. And you took it out on Scruffy? Yes. And he left, didn't he? Yes. That's what happens. Our energy will run them away. Our behaviors will run them away, but they're conditioned. So that's what we're learning. We're learning to let everything go before we come through that door. Oh, just like at school, let everything go before you go through that door. You walk through, just like we're going to walk Billie, head up, shoulders back. Okay. Can I walk in today? No, not today. This is finishing up the breath workshop. Next week, we're going to learn about how to walk like a leader after we get rid of anger. Oh, because it's just, he's still, you have to be pure of heart. So he'll be pure of heart. Oh, I see. So he's going to follow me. Yes, ma'am. And so what would you do? Say he's jumping on you. Well, I'm going to say, Whisperette, he's jumping on me. Undone, he's jumping on me. Exactly. So what we're going to learn what to do when he is jumping on you. And that's going to come in another workshop. Oh, okay. So this is just a recap of what's to come and what we've accomplished. Remember the rules of 3, guys. When you bring a dog home, 3 days for them to feel like they're part of the family. 3 weeks for them to feel like, learn the rules and boundaries. And 3 months for them to feel like they're part of your family. And children, it may take you a little bit longer, but find that leader that's going to help you through. And so with the help of Whisperette and Billie, you have us as tools also to help you through. So tune in every Saturday. And we would be happy to share our tools with you, right? Because through the week, I learned so much more. And see, the dance, I did that all on my own. Because when you have a client, then everything just flows. And remember what the mantra was, guys? If the energy doesn't flow, we turn and we go. So I can't wait to learn to walk Billie. I can't wait for the other workshops. I can't wait to learn how to be leader of the school. Well, maybe not leader of the school, but have a calm-minded school. Why wouldn't I be leader of the school, Whisperette? Well, I don't know. Why wouldn't you be? That sounds like a challenge to me. I think I'm just going to be leader of the school. I'm going to be leader of the school, and Billie's going to be leader of her dog school, because I'm going to teach her everything I learned. She's going to workshops with us, and we're just going to have a good old time. But do you want to learn a few more breath techniques? Because the more you learn and the more tools you have, just like the incident with the child, the little girl, instead of you doing what you did the first time, when I said, you're ugly too? Yep. When you said you're ugly too. Well, I didn't have the tools to calm my mind to change the conditioned response. And what's the conditioned response? Fight or flight. So right there, I ran away. And then everybody looked at me like I was a chicken. A chicken? Yeah, afraid of everything. And so then it was like everybody didn't want me to sit with them, and they felt sorry for me. So it was just like mixed emotions everywhere. And then I thought, if I had fought, then guess what? Then never would have had a resolution, because all that energy would have lit up in my mind. And then it all just went away. So it's changing it instead of fight or flight. When our body gets in a response like that, children, instead of fight or flight, remember, walk away, take a deep breath, and turn around and say, I'm shining my light at you today. I'm shining this brightness to take the darkness away. And then do like Princess Kay did. Do a little dance. And she made friends. She made some people who didn't like her, some children that didn't like her. But you know what? She changed that frequency and she changed that vibration. And then when she came home, she brought that home to her family, to her best friends. And that just makes for a whole better life, a whole better world. Because energy, frequency, and vibrations, kids, they don't just go to who you are intentionally putting them to. It affects everybody around you, especially your animals. So if you're running or you're jumping and they're running and they're jumping on you, you stop because you're just building up that energy. Remember, we stop and we breathe and we stand our ground. Say a mantra. You can make a mantra up. You want to make a mantra up? I do. Remember, guys, if the energy doesn't flow, you just stand tall and be that leader. That sounds even better. But join us again. Do you want to sing them the song out as we leave? And do you want to say anything, Billy? Do you want to tell them bye? You are our shining stars. Don't you go away. Gonna be right here on Doggie Tails every Saturday. Oh, yeah. Remember, kids, just breathe. See you next week. See you next week, guys.